doesn't, that's okay. All right, I'm live in both spots. I'm hoping. I'm not sure. I'm going to try something. Screen share. And we're going to go to Zoom meeting. Okay, I need to know, does everybody see me out there? Please tell me if you see me out in the world. So thanks for having me. I'm going to try to mess around with my screen here because I'm still figuring out the way Zoom works. So I'm going to see if I can get this and minimize that. Excellent. All right, I'm just messing around here. So I'm glad. Hey, everybody. As you know, this is a regular occurrence on Sundays. Self-care Sunday. We're going to change it to, I had self-care Saturday, but I was taking too much self-care on Saturday. So I decided we'll morph it into self-care Sunday and talk a little bit today about believing in yourself and the whole way of getting yourself in the right mindset, to get going. So I want to make sure if my participants in the Zoom room can see me and hear me. That's awesome. I hope you can. Hey, girl, good to see you. I'm going to try to make this PowerPoint work. Good. I'm going to share screen. All right, let's get on the show here. So, no, I'm not the slideshow. We're going to play from start. There we go. And I'm going to share this screen. And I'm hoping this is all going to work. Ooh, that's pretty rough looking, but hey, what the heck? Let me know if everybody can see me. I'm hoping that I'm screening this to the live group as well. This kind of has crappy looking graphics right now to me, but hey, whatever. We're going to get through this and see how things go. I'm going to check in. I can see somebody's leaving me messages, so I'm going to check. Yay, Ashley can see me. That's the main thing. I'm trying to scream that as long as you can see me in the Zoom room, that's the most important thing right now. But I'm trying to figure out this technology so that I can zoom into the Lifestyle Hacks with Zan group, just in case people are struggling with the Zoom technology, because as you see, I am. So it's looking a little pixelated, but what the heck, it's all good to me. Good afternoon now, everybody. I think everywhere in your time zone that you could be watching this. I'm so excited to invite you here. I'm just making sure everybody's online. And what can I say? My name is Zandra, and I absolutely love supporting people who are motivated to improve their lives. Woo! I have been working in human development. I used to have all sorts of fancy names, but now I just say I'm a human development worker, specialist, expert. Trying to say, it's hard to say expert because everybody's so scared to say something that may think, oh, who do you think you are? But we have to stop doing that, and we have to stop appreciating each other and believing that even if people are saying bad things about us, who cares? We've got to do what's good for us. And that's the work that I'm doing. Is there's a lot of times when I'm like, there's a lot of people online that are better than me and people with bigger followings and blah, 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 whatever. The fact is, I've got a message, I've got a passion in my heart, and I've got a little bit of glitter that I want to sparkle in the world. Because to me, when I sparkle my glitter, when I shoot my glitter gun all over the place, it makes me feel freaking awesome. So I'm hoping that it's going to feel good for you. And if it is, let me know, heck yeah, in the comments. But it is Sunday, so I want to get you folks out of here. So I am going to get down to business and move on. So as you know, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you could make it. I'm dying to know what intrigued you about this webinar. So whether you're watching this in the Lifestyle Hacks with Zan group right now, or you are watching this in the Zoom room, please comment in the comments what attracted you to a workshop called Believe. And hopefully, like I said, for you, it's about feeling as powerful as this lady obviously does in this picture. I love this. Her heart is so open. And that's what believing in yourself is about. It's about opening your heart to yourself. and stepping and getting closer. I had a great conversation with a friend last night, and that's what he said. When we are out of alignment with ourselves, we are moving further away from who we really are and who we are meant to be. So people that are, maybe suffering anxiety or uncertainty or self-doubt, I ask you, how close do you feel? Are you constantly going, I don't even know myself? Then I would say, yeah, you are way far away and we want to get you close. If you are just going, well, I just feel terrible about myself, even though you know you're a good person and you try to do good things, and yet you've still got a crappy circle around you saying you're not doing enough, well, that's what I'd say. We need to look at what energy is flowing for you. All right. So I'm glad you're here. Like I said, I want to get you out of here at a decent hour. Also, welcome to my Intentional Life Challenge participants. We are on day 7, my friends. If you were tuned into this, welcome and congratulations for making your life a priority. If you never heard about the Intentional Life Challenge, don't worry, it'll be coming again. We're just wrapping up the very first annual one. And it's really about why this topic is so important, because belief in oneself really is confidence in oneself. And self-esteem is how we really view ourselves, including our own value and our sense of worthiness, right? What we deserve. It's a critical component of our decision-making, risk-taking, and motivation. So if you don't have confidence, you tend to believe that you are not deserving of things, that you shouldn't be setting and achieving goals, and that even if you did, why bother? You're going to fail anyways. And especially if you've had struggles before, you will go back to that place and say, oh, well, I'm just struggling again. And I'm telling you, it's time to kick those thoughts out of your head, and we'll work through that. And how do we do it? Think of something that you hold a lot of value in, like gardening or cooking or something. You make sure that you put in the energy to keep your garden taken care of, weeded. Same with your food. You make sure you don't burn it. You try different herbs every time you make that favorite dish. And you're constantly working to support your garden, right? Or your cooking. And to me, that's what believing in yourself and confidence is about. I want you to look at your life and yourself as a garden. And how are you treating that garden? How are you tending it? Are you, putting it in terrible soil and then hoping that you're going to get a good result from it? Are you constantly feeding it shitty thoughts, just joking, that aren't, good? They're not the kind that are going to help grow flowers, that they're crappy thoughts and they're stunting the growth of your flowers. Are you going to stop the sunshine, right? It's going to rain too much. Well, those are how you feel about yourself. So how are you tending to your garden? This is huge. And healthy self-esteem or value in oneself breeds confidence. And what is confidence? It's defined as a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. Okay, so it creates it. You have to appreciate who you are and love yourself. And I know that's hard. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys, is to start making a list. That's when I work with clients, is one of the first things when they have low self-esteem or they're struggling with imposter. Start keeping a list of all your achievements, of why you are a good person. And if you don't know, if you're struggling because you're suffering depression right now, reach out to someone you know that you trust and ask them, what is good about you? What are your achievements? And I don't care if it was a little thing that you won when you were in grade 3, if it made you feel good. I don't care if you're proud of it, that you kept a door open for somebody and they were so appreciative and it made you feel so good, right? Those are things that you can appreciate in yourself. They don't have to be physical things or things that you're the best at or better than everyone else. That's a fallacy. I just want you to be the best for you. A lack of self-confidence keeps us from living our lives to the fullest. We become, and again, I don't even know, maybe some people are watching this live. I hope you can see this in the screen as well, in the group. So I don't know what's happening. I can't see, and I'm too scared to almost escape anything in case I mess up, but we're just going to keep going. So you guys may be just watching my beautiful face for the next hour and hearing what I have to say. So I'll try to remember to read the slides as well. So this last slide is why confidence is important. Got to remember, it's new technology. I'll figure it out later. So We become afraid to express when we're not supporting our self-esteem, who we are best. We become afraid to freely express ourselves, contribute our ideas, and even to share our talents. So what are some of the benefits of becoming more confident? Just feeling good, feeling happy, feeling secure, not feeling shameful and fearful anymore. Sorry. Find I'm a huncher, right? Because I'm laying down like this and I've been trying to sit up more. So if you see me fidgeting in my seat, because if you can't see the slides, that's why. And if you can't see me fidgeting, well, pretend you didn't even hear what I just said, because that's what confidence is all about. You just disregard the stuff. So what are some of the benefits of becoming more self-confident? More happiness and enjoyment. Everybody wants that, don't they? Less self-doubt and limitations. Gain strength and capabilities, because you're going to try more, because you're braver. You're going to get stronger, faster, and bring on more skills, learn more things than you would have before, because you're not fearful and afraid and constantly second guessing yourself. Freedom from fear and anxiety. Who doesn't want that? As well as fear from guilt and shame. Right? Because you didn't do enough and I'm not enough. It frees you when you feel confidence. Reduction in stress. Natural motivation, because you are just doing things, habits just become a part of who you are. Being the best that you can for you just becomes a part of your everyday routine. And great and more attainable success. Are you interested in how to make this happen? Well, if yes, stay tuned. First thing that we talk about in mindset always, and I used to call myself all sorts of fancy names, but at the end of the day, it's all about mindset. So I'm a mindset coach or a mindset advisor. Because a lot of times coaches are asking you about you. As an advisor, sometimes I've got to tell you about you, because you don't know what makes you tick. You don't know what's good about you, because you've been feeling crappy for so long. You've been talking to yourself so negatively. So that's what the question is on this slide. How do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself with kindness, or are you harsh and judgmental? Are you supportive and loving? Do you oversee your, some of the mistakes that happen? Or do you constantly say, I'm not good enough? You are good enough. And even if you don't believe it right now, you've got to start telling yourself you are. Whatever that thing that you want to be, you don't magically become it telling yourself that you're the opposite. Does that make sense? So, for example, you say, I want to be responsible with money. I want to be good with money. And that's one of the goals that's important for me, to be financially abundant. And yet, anytime you say a word, oh, I'm terrible with money, even that, people say it off the cuff, but it's like bad medicine, right? We're casting a spell on ourselves. I'm bad with money. Or if we make a mistake, a lot of times, even if we have money and the people that maybe we've done better financially than we did before, and people say, wow, look at you, you're doing really well. And we'll go, oh, this old thing, oh no, because we don't want them to think that we've changed and become a bad person. That's what I did for years, is, oh, this old thing, oh no, I just got lucky. That's what I would tell people. I'm just lucky. And then what happened is other people started saying that to me. And we all started believing that whatever I had was not because of me, but because of the people around me, and how lucky I was that I met the right people. But I'm telling you, my loves, I worked my ass off for everything I got. I am so blessed for the friends, mentors, and supporters around me that have helped me get to where I am. But the fact is, I worked my ass off, and I'm proud of myself for it. Am I perfect? Hell no. Am I good enough? Hell yeah. Because I can figure anything out. And being good enough means I can do anything. And I don't have to be the best. I don't have to be awesome. Whatever it is that you want to be, how do you talk to yourself? Even though I do talk to myself and say, you are awesome, Zan. Whatever you face, you keep pushing through. And that's it. You don't have to say you're perfect, because people think when they compliment themselves that it means that they're saying they're perfect. And I know that's not what you're saying. When you say it, you're saying, I love you, right? You need to get closer to yourself. You need to start seeing yourself, that voice in your head, as part of you. It's your voice. It's not the little voice in your head. I need you to start saying, I love Ashley, right? I love John. I love Zan. That's what we've got to. And it's not saying, oh, you're perfect and you never do anything wrong. So try it. Say it to yourself. Write it down. Even if you're struggling, you go, I can't say that. We'll say, you know what? You always try your best. You always show up, right? There's so many ways to start changing that message to you, to yourself, and that self-talk. And it's ridiculous. They've done study. And it's proved time and time again. Because it's the same with if somebody has constantly fed you a negative message externally. Do you always go, oh, no, I don't believe that? No, we start to internalize it after a while. So you need to kick that shit out of your head and say no more. Oh, always a language warning, people. If you're new to this, sorry, I'm very real. And you know what? It's time. I don't have time for niceties anymore. I just have to get my message out to the world because we all need to change how we talk and feel about ourselves. And I don't want you to believe any of the following things that I'm going to say. All right. So some of these things, negative self-talk is crap. I want you to make your list of negative messages. And we talked about that in the challenge the other day about those, that mindset. And that's what I want you to do. If you're not a part of that challenge, start writing down and becoming conscientious of the messages that you are giving to yourself each and every day. Even if it's, you go, but it's true. I am always late. I don't care. Write it down. Because the fact is, whenever you say, oh, I'm always late, oh, well, that's just the way I am, everybody knows that, you are copping out. Because to me, chronic lateness, it's a disrespect for yourself and for your time and showing a disrespect for the time of other people. And for me, a lot of times being late is disorganization, procrastination, but a lot of time it's anxiety and fear. I'll purposely be late because I'm just, it's a lot. It's a big meeting that I've got to go to, whatever. So I want you to write down those thoughts that are negative, that aren't supporting you, that aren't positive. Because even if you are chronically late, constantly saying, I'm always late is not helping you get to the opposite of that, which is being on time. And some people will just think it's cute, and that's who I am. And like I said, I want you to know these behaviors are a disrespect to yourself and a disrespect to other people. And there are people, maybe you have enough money that you can be late all the time. You're the queen. But you know what? Even the queen is deadly on time about everything. She does not make anybody wait. She does not, right? And in my culture, we joke a lot about, and people are late a lot, and we'll call it being on Indian time. And it's a way of us trying to make it okay for us to not be on time. But when I facilitate in our communities, I don't care. We start on time, regardless of who's in the room. I don't care if there's 0 people in the room. We get going because I've realized that that is only a cop-out. And I'm not going to do it anymore because I want to get out of there on time too. How many times have you gone to a meeting when you just wanted it to start and on time? Kind of like this workshop. So I want you to write down that negative self-talk and make a list. And then I want you to write something on the other. What's a more positive supporting belief that you can transition that to? And it doesn't have to be the complete opposite, because if you're suffering with low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, you won't go from, oh, I'm stupid to I'm a genius. We don't do that, right? So what I need you to be able to say is, you know what? I made it through grade 8. I'm not that stupid, or grade 10 or high school or whatever. And school is only small. But you think about it. I raise children. When people think that they're not smart, what I say is, think about all the things. You have to grocery shop. You have to balance a bank, your bank account to make sure there's money in there. You have to know how to fill up a gas tank if you're a driver. Like, there's so many things that you know to get you to this point. So that's what I'd say is you need to start incrementally changing the way those messages. And some people wonder, well, why? There's many reasons why we have these. A lot of it is rooted in childhood or young adulthood, even if you were in a bad relationship or you had a traumatic situation happen or just your heart was broken. Those things affect us and then make us believe that there's something fundamentally wrong with us, that everything's going to go to shit for us for the rest of our life. A lot of us also believe in luck and all that kind of thing, right? So superstition, where we'll go, oh my gosh, well, I'm just not going to wish for that anymore because it won't happen. And that's how I grew up. And I'm telling you, it's not real. It's just a made up story to try to protect yourself. Another one is just irrational. And what is this thing? So, and it could be Facebook, it could be social media, it could be something you read, it could be something. A lot of people go, "Did you see the way they looked at me?" And I'll be like, "What are you talking about?" No, I didn't even notice. And they assume that everybody around them has negative thoughts about them. So call that paranoia. But if you feel bad about yourself already, you'll assume that everybody's thinking bad. So there's so many places they come from. But what are some of these outcomes that we can have? Of course, stopping you from reaching your goals, huge, right? And living the life that you want, but also irrational beliefs about yourself. Right? Oh my gosh, I am stupid. I'm terrible with money. I'm all those things. A bad mood that isn't addressed. So you constantly just feel mad because you're unsatisfied with your life. And a lot of times too, being angry all the time, it's a fear. It's almost a mask that people will use because they think if they kind of have a barrier around them, then nobody's ever going to question them or call them out, or recognize that they're failure or they're a fraud. And so I want to tell you, you are awesome. You don't need to use that strategy anymore. You get to be who you want to be. All right. So persistent pessimism, where you always believe that nothing's ever going to work out. Being overly critical of yourself and of others. All right. It's just not you beating up on yourself. We start beating up on other people because we feel bad. That's what we do. It's called transference. Fear and anxiety. Right? It stops us in our tracks. And to me, that's what stops us from going after our goals. So some common examples of negative self-talk, I mentioned a few of them, but I'll give you a few more because some of you may not even realize. You may go, "Oh, but that's how I am." This is negative self-talk. It doesn't matter because it's not serving you to get closer to who you really are. So I'm not worth it. There's no use. I can't do it. People won't like me. I'm not enough. Another one, people don't like me, is people will laugh at me. Others are better than me. My opinions don't matter. Who's going to care what I have to say? Nothing ever goes right for me. I must be perfect to do these things. Do not believe these things. They are wrong. This voice is not serving you. It is trying to trick you and keep you down and held to a place where it's comfortable with, because really too, it's a place of protectionism, because that voice is terrible, but it's the fear voice. It's the voice of fear because it doesn't want you to experience any of these emotions or these pain points. So it isn't just that you hate yourself. It's you're afraid for yourself. And I want you to recognize that it does come from some form of warped self-love. But we need to make healthy love, because you know what it's like when you're in a bad relationship. It's abuse. That's what we say. If it was another person doing it to you, we would title it as an abusive relationship. So really, that's what you're doing to yourself. So just become aware of it. I know it doesn't change overnight, but just don't believe any of these negative thoughts. Oh gosh, I have a lot of people go, "There goes Miss Pollyanna Sunshine." This is my nickname. The power of positivity. And it's not about wishing away bad things, and if you wish it, it will come. No, it's about using your self-talk for positive instead of negative. And what we do it's kind of like if you don't remember to make a list before you go to the grocery store, what do? And you have to get these 4 things. You repeat them over and over and over to yourself again so you don't forget. A quart of milk, a stick of butter. I can't remember that one from Sesame Street, but a loaf of bread, a quart of milk, and a stick of butter. And you repeat it over and over and over to yourself so that it drills into your head and becomes part of your memory loop. This is the same thing as what you're saying to yourself, this messaging. So negative self-messaging, you're drilling in the negative message. Positive self-messaging, you are drilling in a positive self-message. It's that simple, that easy. So, and the other thing is with negative thoughts, you're creating boundaries. You're creating false boundaries for yourself that you are not capable of doing things. I'm sorry, as human beings, we can do anything. We are on our way to Mars right now for heaven. Well, we're on Mars, but humans are on their, theoretically on their way to Mars. So these are things that we never thought we are cloning things. We are bringing extinct animals back from the dead. Like, I am sorry. We are doing some pretty crazy stuff out there. There are scientists that believe they're going to have a dog collar. I was just reading in probably 10 years where it will be able to translate your dog's vocal noises and just even throat movements to be able to talk, which is so crazy and freaky, but I love it. So what do we do? How do I start changing this? So again, I told you to make a list and start thinking of some of those incrementally. And what do I mean about that? Teeny tiny little steps closer towards a positive self-talk. So you're not going to go from, I hate myself, to I'm the best person in the world. If that's a struggle, what I want you to say is, I deserve love. Every day I'm working on becoming my best self. I deserve love. Everyone deserves love, right? You're not saying instantly that I love myself more than anything. You're starting to create a new thought pattern for yourself. So what are some of the examples? Here you go. I can handle this. I can handle anything. Marie Forleo, love you. Everything is figure outable, right? That's what you can do. I am in control of this. I'm making progress. I am willing to try. I will eventually get it. I have many likable qualities. I do not need to compare myself to others. I am complete as I am. It's normal to feel this way. And a friend put something, somebody in the challenge. It's normal to feel tired. It's normal to need rest. It's normal to say no and have to have boundaries. These are normal things. Yet if you're a people pleaser, you won't believe that. So I need you to start changing those thoughts. And a favorite personal quote that I wanted to share with you guys about this is from John Lennon. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Right? So just keep going, because you decide what the end is. You decide when enough is enough, or when you have success, or when you feel happy. It's up to you. So you've got to decide. And I'm curious if you have a favorite phrase that you like to tell yourself when you're presented with a struggle. What's your positive self-talk that you give yourself to? Comment on it for me and let me know. I'm dying to know. Why? Because this shares thoughts with other people. Maybe I don't have all of these thoughts myself, but share one with me, because it's like magic for all of us, right? Sorry, throat is dry today. Not feeling 100% right now. Have a little bit of an earache. Not super sick. I think I've just worn myself down. I've been sleeping terribly because I've been feeling this sense of urgency that I need to get more done, and that, chop, chop, chop. So that's kind of that thing. Alrighty, we'll move on to the other. Ooh, I love this one. I am whole and perfect the way I am. God, I know that's hard to say, you guys. But the fact is, your body, your mind, your soul, it's all you got. And we were made perfectly. If you look at what other creature, we are such a such a delicate creature. Like, compared to all the other animals out there, we are so hairless, defenseless, besides our mind, which is the craziest thing. But if you think about it, like, as animals, they're probably the weakest in the chain besides our brain. But we have to realize that at the very start of what we are, we have all of the resources in us that we need to succeed in the world. And some of us may go, I have severe mental, health issues. Well, there's strategies for us to work through that. There's tools for you to work with that. You may say, Zandra, I'm in a terrible relationship right now. And I say, there's tools to work with that. There's ways to work and support you to be able to live in whatever way, shape, or form you are in, the best way that you can. And that's what that's about. And that's where the perfect is. And you are amazing just the way you are. Maybe that's a better way to think of it. It's too hard to think of yourself as perfect. But what this is this is a mantra. This is where we've got to start telling ourselves things. Mantras and affirmations, okay, are two forms of self-talk that are used specifically to cultivate self-care. I encourage everybody, and people go, oh, that's BS. No, the negative mantras are what's been keeping you stuck where you are. So they are either words or sounds, right? And you want to say it out loud. That's the thing with mantras and are normally out loud. You want to say, and being a yoga teacher, Om is one of those things that if you've ever gone to yoga, it's a way to focus your attention. It's a way to get yourself closer to your source energy, your true self, right? And that's it. Meditation, the same thing. When we chant, it's the same thing. It's about, it's a mantra. It's an affirmation of the life energy that we have in us. And I won't go too deep down that path, but I just want you to think about it. When you say, I love you, even if you don't believe it, it's like smiling in the mirror. Even when you don't feel like it, it rewires your brain. So even if it's a struggle and you don't believe me, it's kind of like exercise. You don't see the results right away. But I promise you, if you keep doing the exercise of mantras and affirmations every single day, it is the one thing that can change your life, rewire your brain. And the second, of course, surrounding yourself with supportive people that can give you a kick in the butt when you need it, but give you a hug when you need it too. So those are two of the top things that I can think of that help people get these. But you got to say it out loud. And I would even say, do it every morning. Start practice. Make your list of mantras. I am capable. Here are some lists. I'll give you some. I am capable. I can figure anything out. I love who I have become or who I am becoming. I let go of negative thoughts and feelings about myself. I am always growing and developing. My opinions resonate with who I am. I am whole and perfect the way I am. So what are your words that you use for yourself to build yourself up? All right. Both mantras and positive affirmations can help with problem solving, create inner clarity, increase positive emotions, increase the likelihood of personal success, and of course, increase confidence. So what are some of your favorite mantras or affirmations that you give yourself? Right? That's it. You got to stop. Thank you, Ashley. I'm the queen of negative self-talk. And it's not about, people think that you have to believe the things that you tell yourself. You believe the negative things. It's not that easy if you've been believing the negative things, because it would almost feel like a lie if you start just saying it. So I want you to acknowledge that these mantras, these affirmations are really difficult for you, because I want you to look yourself in the mirror and say it. And that's going to be a struggle. But it's practice. It's about you saying a loaf of bread, a quart of milk, and a stick of butter. That's your affirmation, except yours is going to be, you can do this. You're capable. People get mad. That's not my problem, right? If you're a person who's always worried about causing conflict or being a part of conflict, other people's circus, not my circus, right? I deserve to be happiness. My story is my story, because that's sometimes too, when you start getting healthy and doing your things, that's kind of what I'm experiencing now. I don't know. I'm feeling like some people are drifting away a bit. Well, why? I think because they hear my story and are like, does that mean she didn't like our time together? Does that mean and it's not. I love every second of my life. I love every experience I've had, but it's my story. I get to process it in the way I need it. And it's not the other people. That's what I've also learned, is any part of my story is not about other people. I allowed different things to happen in my life. I kept certain friends. I kept jobs. I had the same self-talk about myself, believing that I could only be good enough if certain people thought this about me. And if they didn't, well, then I was no good. So owning your own story is a part of this as well. And I have to keep telling that I'm not changing, growing, and doing this to hurt you. I'm doing this to help me. So if you're struggling and people are like, what the hell's wrong with you? And why are you acting like this? Because I don't know this person. You're not the person that you used to be, which is a lot of times if you're in an abusive relationship and you start getting stronger, that's what is said to you. If you're a person who's getting healthy and trying to lose weight, people will be like, oh, what do you want to get skinny now? You want to leave me? Oh, come on, just eat some more cheesecake with us. What do you think? You're better than us now? Right? Everybody will try to keep you where you are. So you need to get focused. And there's plenty of other webinars and workshops about goals. That's what the Intentional Life Challenge. So I won't even talk about goals and why this is so important, but you really do just need to decide what you want to call into your life. All right. And I'm just going to ask Ashley. Ashley, if you don't mind, if you got, I don't know if you have your laptop and your phone handy. Somebody who's online can tell me if check into the Facebook group. I went and forgot my phone out, or I'd be checking it myself right now. And let me know if this is playing the way I'm hoping it is in the Lifestyle Hacks group. But if not, I'm sorry, you guys, if it's just my face you're seeing in the Lifestyle Hacks group. So we'll see. This is the first time, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed it's working. It looks like it's working, but see, this is a mantra. My old self-doubt comes up, so I need to check with you, and that's okay too. So, because that's the other thing I do now is when I'm feeling bad about myself is reach out to people and say, I'm feeling bad about myself. And your friends will say, no, you're amazing. I love you. You are fan-freaking-tastic. No problem, Ash. Thanks, girl. But you're great. You're amazing. And tell them what's amazing about me. What's good about me. And that's it. And it's not about seeking attention. It's about feeling good. Because that's the other thing. Oh, people just think I'm looking for attention. No, ask people, right? Ask people, reach out, ask for what you want. It's amazing how we have not been taught about that in our lives. So ask for it. Ooh, oh my God, Atomic Habits, James Clear. No. Sorry, I feel like some kind of, but this book, and the power of habit is so powerful. It is the most powerful thing in our life, because even self-talk is a habit, right? Everything you do right now is a habit, and you need to see it and think about it that way, because there's people like, oh, this is just the way I am. No, you're not. Everything you do is a habit. And, the way you think. And of course, people say, well, Zan, I'm in a wheelchair. It's not a habit. Yes, I know that. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those mental limitations. Of course, there's physical limitations that keep us in certain, and there can be also certain, but the fact is, so many of the things that we control in our lives, that we can physically and mentally control, are habits. And that's the way I should do it. Thank you for that. Geez, it's funny how you figure things out. That's what it is. The things that we can really control physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally are our habits, which then lead to us reaching goals, feeling good about ourselves, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All right. Because habits can either propel you in the direction of your ideal life. They either propel you closer to your true self, or they propel you further away, tear you away, not even propel, tear you away from your true self. And that's why people who aren't living an intentional life are suffering and are feeling pain, or are feeling blech, or are feeling unsatisfied. And I want you to feel satisfied. That's what it is about moving. And I don't care if you're struggling big time right now and you're saying, Zan, I'm getting ready to leave my husband, and I may have to be, or my partner, and I may have to go to a homeless shelter. What are you talking about that? Well, I'm saying that's even more important for you to strengthen your mindset, strengthen your self-talk, your resolve, and really look at what your day-to-day, or your thrival is going to. I hate calling it survival, your thrival. What are you going to do? And that's what the habits are. Are you researching safe places, resources for people that are leaving abusive relationships? Are you doing the work? Because that's what will happen. A lot of people have to run out in the middle of the night. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be prepared when you are ready to go. And sorry to go down that dark circle, but that's what people think this is all about. Oh, picking my perfect job, or finding my perfect partner. Like because I'm so light and airy, I never want you to think that I take any of this light and airy. This is life-changing business, people. And I don't care where you are at in your life, this can impact and create the change that you want. So yesterday, it was, again, funny that I reached out. We had an amazing live session yesterday in announcing our amazing prize winners in the Intentional Life Challenge. Congrats, Debbie Joe. She won a 4-month package in the Lifestyle Evolution Coaching Circle, valued at $997 USD. I'm so proud of her. Oh my gosh, Deb. She's got lots of things, and I'm going to be making her share her story down the road. But she did it. She was like, why bother? I can't get this homework done. I'm no good. And I just kept telling everyone, just do it. It's not about winning the prizes. Do you want to create happiness in your life or not? So she stayed up all Friday night, got all of her homework done, and she won. And there was a lot of other people that didn't do it. And I hope that they still got something out of it. But that's what it's about. What are your habits? And that's what I told her. It isn't about just waking up and saying, oh, I'm going to be happy today, or I'm going to be a millionaire today, or I'm going to start exercising every day. No, it's about the little habits. And Atomic Habits by James Clear is one of my favorite. It is hashtags in the Lifestyle Hacks with Zan group. If you are not part of it, I will have the last slide will be details of a few other resources that you can access. So yeah, so there's a ton of resources. And if you're not sure, Google habits, Google good habits, bad habits, creating habits. So I'm not going to send you a whole bunch of resources. I'll tag some things, but I want you to get in control of your personal development and decide what works for you. Because I also think self-help almost becomes like a cult, right? Where we're like, oh no, this is my person. I feel like a little bit of James Clear, a little bit, but I try to share the most effective resources that I've come across for you. But I also think I am just one resource for you. I want you to go access 10 other resources so that you have a full toolkit to help you improve things in your life and get you to where you want to be, live that intentional life. So here's a quote by Charles Duhigg, The Power of Habit. If you believe you can change, if you make it a habit, the change becomes real. This is the real power of habit. So you need to believe that if you start doing something, that it is going to change. But you know what? I don't even believe that so much. I believe that you just need to start doing and then watch the results happen. And also, don't set your expectations so high that where you say, oh, after 2 weeks, oh my gosh, I'm not I can't walk up that hill. I'm still huffing and puffing. Man, it's taken you, how long didn't you exercise for? 18 years, 20 years, and now you're trying to change it all in 2 weeks. You need to give yourself time. So that's what habits are, is time. Give yourself, and I want you to think about them. What is a habit you are looking to implement or change? And I want you to break it down as small as you can. What is the tiniest step that you can take today or tomorrow to get you closer? I want you to focus on making your habits 1% better every day, 2% better every day. That's it. Don't try to go for 100% changeover. Maybe there's going to be a 0.0001% who are going to succeed with that. But I find reality is most people succeed by setting small goals and setting big goals, but then creating small habits every day that are going to support them and move them closer towards that. So what are your habits? Now, what are the habits you need to? And if you're not sure, this is one great thing I love to do. So again, my background, I had a yoga and fitness studio, and I'm a mindset coach, and I'm an organizational development coach. I've been doing that for about 25 years. And that's part of it, is constantly getting people to just set their mind to what it is that they want. Sorry, I had a thought, but it was like squirrel, it was gone. It'll come back to me after. Woo! Go for the gold, people! Go for the gold, go for the gold. All successful people have one unifying characteristic. They set goals for themselves. And I feel the same way about people that suffer with depression and anxiety, is they maybe have a goal A that they're too scared to go after, or they don't have any goals at all. And to me, that's what the world is about. That's what we're trying to go for. Why? People ask what their purpose is in life. Set goals and go after them. Meet new people, have new experiences, eat different foods, visit people, do different crafts, listen to new music, dance different songs, meditate, visualize. The world is so full. Their world is so full of so many amazing things. And that's what I believe our purpose is. So I want you to start getting your butt going. And it's going to be tough, because going for the goal means getting out of your comfort zone, because most of us will just keep doing what we've always done and what's comfortable, even if it's not comfortable, right? You're in an unsatisfying relationship, but you're like, it's okay, I guess. Same with jobs, same with that crappy pair of underwear. I call it the wash day underwear, where all of your good underwear is washed and you're too scared to throw away that gross pair of underwear that sag all the time, because what if I run out? Well, you know what? You need to make a goal of going and getting some new underwear, as small as that may be. But that's what I mean. We will hold on to these unserving ways of being because it's kind of okay, and it's easier than trying something new. Goals are about moving outside of our comfort zone. And you need to begin to push yourself out. You need to start thinking, what might I want? Because some people don't even know what they want for sure. That's where I tell you, start doing a list of 100. I want you to brainstorm as quickly as you can a list of 100 things that you want to be, do, or have, or might want to be, do, or have. Because some of us don't know. Life is an adventure. Life is a journey. Life is about experience. You want to get more experience? Well, then you're going to have to go volunteer. You're going to have to talk to more people. You're going to have to watch more webinars, take more courses, travel more places. And people go, Zan, it's COVID. Hell, man, I've been traveling locally and trying to do new things and always saying, we haven't been to the ancient forest yet. And I'm like, so I think tomorrow that's what we're going to journey off to. Because those are little goals that get me moving and pushing and changing and trying to be what I can be, right, on fire. And people go, oh, yeah, I know, it's in my head. I'm sorry, it's not in your head. You need it on paper. Our head, because that's where all the best ideas get lost, is in our head. The best ideas that come to life go on paper. So that's really the part of what I want you to start doing, is writing stuff down. And that's what I hate the word journaling. I always hated that. Now I realize I tell you guys to do it all the time when I tell you to make a list or I tell you to write this down. That can be your form of journaling. So, and goal setting, I won't go into a whole bunch in this because there's just so much, and there's other webinars that I'll tag in this, that we did goal setting 101 and things like that. So I'll make sure to tag them in this group. A few tips to be sure you get the most out of goal setting include: take small steps, right? Micro steps, atomic steps. That's what I want. What is the tiniest thing you can do to start getting closer to your goal right now? Create a timeline. That's what people do. Oh, I wish this. That's me with fitness and stuff. I've been not healthy for about 6-7 months, and I'm on track of it. And it's funny, what I've been doing is working out at 11:30, quarter to 12. I finished working out at midnight last night. And some people may go, that's terrible. You know what? I got it done. And I feel awesome today. I'm a little tired. Yeah, a little bit. Not feeling it, but it wasn't from the exercise that I wasn't feeling good. That maybe just kept me up too late. But I've made the goal. And I'm saying, no, you're going to move your body for 30 minutes every single day. I don't care what time you get it done. This is a deal. This is what you want, because I'm tired of feeling bad about myself. So did I start out with 30 minutes? No, I started out with saying I'm going to take the dog out for a walk. And I'd even say, I may just walk you to the mailbox that's 5 minutes away and back. Doesn't matter. That's my step. Because it's not about the results that I'm going to get from that walk. It's about creating the habit so that my mind and body become used to, no, Zan moves every day because it feels good, right? You will always feel better after you move your body, right? In a reasonable amount, of course. So do it. Give yourself credit along the way. That's what I said. I don't look at and go, oh my gosh, I still didn't run 5K. I used to be able to run a half marathon. No, I go, look at me. I filled up all the rings on my Apple Watch. Yay. And accept that failure is not a reason to give up. And that's what we talk about in goal setting, is failure is part of goal setting, because that's how you get better. That's called learning. That's what failure should be called. Oh no, I was just learning. There isn't failure. You learn. And the people that I stress the most about are the ones who just don't even want to think about it, which I am when I have a bad experience. I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to watch that video again because I'll be embarrassed to see myself. It was so embarrassing. It was terrible. But really, then the experience was wasted. Or people go, I don't want to talk to that person about it. Well, then the experience was wasted because you're not able to learn from it. Neither one of you, if in the confrontation, whatever, are going to learn from it. So you are doomed to continue to repeat this crappy way of being over and over again. So you need to stop looking at failure as a bad or negative thing and think of it as, holy shit, I'm closer to my goal. If anything, that's a success. That is a small step towards your goal. People think failure is a step away. No, it's not. Failure is a step towards your goal because you learned. You will not do it that way again. What made it? What could I do differently to have a different result? And if it's, say, a relationship, you go, oh man, it was a shit show anyways. Well, then you get to go, we weren't compatible. So why beat yourself up? But it didn't have anything to do with you. So this is important, right? Really start to think about these things. Become your own best friend. Man, this is a creepy looking, what do you call, image. I love this, but yeah, I picked it off the internet and it looks weird though, but of course nobody really can do this, people. I'm not even sure why she's doing it. It just looked cool because she's superwoman. That's what I see her as. She's superhuman. She can, because why? Because she's her own best friend. And I want you to become your own best friend. Even now, it's so funny because before, being alone was not so prevalent. Now being alone is a huge thing. So we've almost had to start liking ourselves more, hopefully. And if you don't, that's why you're suffering. And look at who your company is. If you're constantly saying, I hate my life, who's your best friend? Who are you spending the most of time with? If it's you, who are you going to blame it on? If it's your couple of negative Nancy or negative Nick friends out there that are keeping you held down, well, then there you go. You get what you get, man. Take a look around you. So what are a few of the benefits of being your own best friend? Cultivation of self-awareness. So you get to really know yourself and not have to worry about judging and going, oh, that's a stupid thought. No, I'm not good enough, blah, blah. You really start to just look at it as a conversation. Ability to support and comfort yourself. Increase acceptance of yourself rather than punishment. The realization that you are fundamentally worthy. Think of how you treat your best friend. That's what I always tell people with negative messaging. How would you say that to your best friend? Never in a million years. So why is it okay to say that to yourself? Right? We talk about the golden rule about doing unto others. I tell you, the platinum rule is do unto yourself as you would unto others. Try it. Talk to yourself and care about yourself as much as you do about others for a day, for an hour, for a minute, and see the magic that you create, how you feel about yourself. It's crazy, right? So start focusing on you. All right. So I'm curious, what are some of the things that you love to do alone? Is it journaling? Is it listening to music? I love walking and listening to music and singing at the top of my lungs because I feel like a rock star and I don't care. I'm not worried about anybody turning up the radio because trying to drown me out. What are the other things I like to do alone? I like to exercise alone. I know I'm a group fitness instructor. I'm a running coach, but I really just enjoy that solitude of not worrying about, am I going fast enough? Am I going too slow? Is everybody okay? Right? Because even when I go in group fitness, I'm always worried about everybody else's experience rather than my own. So that's what I'm curious. What do you like to do alone? And I keep checking. I never know if this shows up for. I'm looking at my chat here. Awesome. I don't know. Okay. Smart goals. Beautiful. Listening to podcasts, working out. Thanks, Ashley. Yes, exactly. Right. And that's it. What do you do for yourself? I'm just checking out the messages. Audible. Oh my God. I love Audible. Thanks, Molly. Yes, I love it too. That's why I say anywhere, there's so many ways to get your 15 minutes of personal development in too. And that's why it's important to spend this time. Ooh, meditate to confidence. People go, what is meditating? You know what? Meditating is shutting your brain down. And to me, that's why I like listening to music and singing, because a lot of times I'm driving. I didn't even realize that 20 minutes on the road have passed because I've got Z's faves. Z faves is what it's called on my Spotify list. I'll share if anybody wants it. But it's called Z faves because I know that I can press play on that. There's not one song that I want to fast forward to. Every song makes me feel like I'm Jerry Seinfeld. And for those of you who don't know Seinfeld, it's an oldie, I know. But where Elaine's boyfriend, he would hear the song Desperado, it would come on and he'd go, Desperado. And he would totally just zone out the world because his song came on. To me, that's part of meditating, man. It's about quieting that voice, the negative voice in your head. And it's allowing you to hear your breath. It's allowing you to feel your heartbeat. Okay. And it calms you and it triggers feelings of calmness, well-being. And it also, it brings your attention to the parasympathetic nervous system, or home to the relaxation response. So that feeling when you kind of go, you know it, right? And some people do it through drugs, cigarettes, alcohol, right? Because you can get that feeling from addiction as well. That's why it's hard, because people feel better in quotation marks when they imbibe in these, because it affects their parasympathetic nervous system. I want you to be able to get there naturally. So it's amazing because there's so many benefits to your life when you meditate. And they've done studies where pretty much what did they say? 99% of the top producers in the world and whatever. And it was Tim Ferriss who, the guy of the 4-Hour Work Week and things and Tools of Titans. He wrote this amazing book. And that's what he said is 99% of the people he talked to, and he talked to thousands of high performers, meditation was at number one at the top of the things that they did. So, and I'm sure the other thing would have probably been visualization and self-talk. I can't remember. I haven't finished reading it all yet, so I'm working on it yet. But it helps you confront the negative beliefs you've created about yourself, right? You get quiet and you can really look at it. Invites the opportunity to spend quality time with yourself and become a beneficial habit added into your day. It can be self-guided. You can go to a course. You can listen to one of my favorite meditations is called Honest Meditation. And I wish I had my thing. I'll put a link to it in there. I'm going to make a note of that Honest Meditation. And it's basically a swear meditation. And feel free to Google it if you have a little bit of humor. And there's swear words in it. And what do I like about it? Because I get laughing. And then all of a sudden I realize I'm not laughing. I don't even hear the swear words. I just hear his calming voice. But because he talks the way that I talk, he connects with me. So Honest Meditation, it's a cool app that you have on your phone. And anybody who's never meditated and thinks it's stupid, every one of them downloads it on their phone because they go, okay, this is fun. I can do this. This doesn't make me uncomfortable. So I'm curious if any of you had any experience with meditation. If it's something that interests you, just drop me a note in the chat box or in the comments below, because I'm going to be adding some links, some meditation links. And if you have any links that you use, please drop them. That's what this group is about, is sharing our ideas. All right, look at the time. Always goes by. We've already talked about it. I need you to write this stuff out. Sorry, guys, a little bit longer, not too much longer. Write it out, okay? Journaling, we talked about that. You need to get these thoughts out of your head, and you need to see them for what they really are. It's kind of like talking out a problem with a friend. It's amazing. You feel it's a huge deal. And then all of a sudden you say it and you go, this seems kind of silly. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal now that I said it. Or the person will go, what's the big deal? And you go, I don't know anymore. It's because you've said it out loud. Because when we leave it in our head, it's kind of like a scary fun house or, like a haunted house. We don't know what's coming around them. And normally what we'll do is we only think up to the scary point, and then we won't let ourselves play it through to the reality, which is past the scary point, which is more likely not going to happen, the worst case scenario. But in our heads, we won't let ourselves play it out because we just want to be scared about it. And when I say we want to be, we do. We hold on to it instead of saying it out loud or writing it out loud. What's the likelihood that this is really going to happen? 0 to, scale of 1 to 10, and start looking at it in terms of that, right? Writing out negative experiences or thoughts is a tactile way of getting them out of your head and toward a more constructive solution. So that's the whole point of doing this. Is the other thing is maintaining a gratitude or awesomeness journal or achievement journal puts you in a position of recognizing all the good things about yourself and your life on a day-to-day basis. Because when we get depression, we will discount anything positive that happens because we feel that that's what the veil of anxiety and depression just will allow us to see negative things. So that's why you really need to work hard. And you can type it. You can do voice memos. I know a lot of people who do blogs about this stuff just to get it out. So you can have a scrap piece of paper. You don't have to have like a Holly Hobby journal like most of us did from the 70s with a little tiny lock and key. Doesn't have to be that way. I know a lot of people that experience traumatic experiences where people read their journal and they're like, I will never do that again. Again, you are not 13. You are not 23 in an abusive relationship. You're not 13 and your brother read it. You're not 23 in an abusive relationship and your boyfriend found it, right? You are wherever you are in your life, and you get to decide how to protect your most inner thoughts. So stop copping out and start doing what you need to do to move yourself forward on the journey. Love this comment in terms of journaling. Quote, in the journal, I do not just express myself more openly than I could to any person. I create myself by Susan Sontag. In the journal, I do not just express myself more openly than I could to any person. I create myself. That's what the journal is for. That's what writing down your thoughts. It helps you. It's a map. It's like creating your list to go to the grocery store, because those are the things that you're going to focus your attention on when you're in the grocery store. So, here's some gratitude, self-love, self-confidence journal prompts that I want to, and I will copy and paste them into this in the group. What are you grateful for, right? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? What makes you excited? What makes you bored, right? This is all self-awareness stuff. What do you want to feel tomorrow? How did you surprise yourself this week? What are you really good at? What are you not so good at, but you like it anyways? What makes you unique? How would your best friend describe you? Who appreciates you? What will you accomplish in the next 5 years? What is the best compliment you ever received? What emotions do you associate with confidence? Write a letter to your body thanking it for all it does for you. And feel free to share below any other topics that should be added to the list. I gave you a couple as well. So I'm curious about what that looks like for you. Beautiful. I would love it if you would post some notes, Ashley. Big hugs to you, my girl. That would be awesome. Please, please, please. Sound baths and singing bowls. You're awesome, Ashley. Thank you. Thank you. That is so amazing, you guys. Ooh, let me see again. Sorry, I don't know if the chat box ever shows up. Thanks, Lindsay. I love sound baths from singing bowls. Right? Oh, God, I love hearing those, man. Anything like that. Just even the finger going around the sound bowls, tinging noises, bells, right? It's amazing. Yoga bells. I'm not big on doorbells, but, but yes, right? Share them, please. And thank you, Ashley. I love it. And Ashley, I've even got the text for this after as well, so I can forward you the text and you can just cut and paste it to make it easier, my darling. So yeah, so those are the things that we want to work on in journaling. Ooh, I like this. Dear future me, love present me. Here's another one. Write yourself a letter, man. It can be a very insightful experience. So what do you want to write about? Imagine writing a letter addressed to yourself to read to you, for you to read 5 years from now. What would you say? What kind of questions would you like to ask? What goals would you want to have achieved? As you write your letter, you will begin to think of the actions you could take now to ensure the letter is relevant in the future. So you could also say, this is how I've grown and changed. These are the habits that I've brought in. Maybe you don't have them now. I want to know the habits you want to call into your life that you will be doing in 5 years. How will your life have changed because of you living more intentionally and deciding what it is that you want? You can also say, I have let go of all my self-doubting behaviors. I have left my partner that doesn't support me. I have dealt with my childhood trauma, right? Like those are intentional. You're setting intentions for what you want for yourself in the next 5 years. So what I want you to do is write this letter, write it up with a pen and paper, seal it in an envelope, and keep it in a safe place. All right. There's also this site called www.futureme.org, where you can choose when the letter is sent to your email as well. So you can type it and email and then have it sent to you in 5 years if you wanted to. I mean, if you're still on, I need quicker than I need like 2 years, just because I set lots of goals and I need accountability. So that would be a huge accountability. So come on, give it a try. Who'd like to try that? I think that would be so cool. I'm just going to check me chat box here. Oh, yes. What else do I got? I get my kids to play with my hair along with my arm, laugh out loud, like a mini spa at home. So relaxing, right? That's it. Awesome. What are those things you do for self-care as well? So write yourself a letter. I want to know if you're doing it or if you're going to do it. Oh my gosh, I love this image with these pictures and these things. Seeing is believing. So vision boarding, I am a huge believer, but it doesn't have to be in that old big giant piece of construction paper or whatever, or the, where it's huge. I don't know if you've ever done it. I normally haven't. It's like a 18 by 24 inch piece of cardstock kind of thing that we put on the wall. Well, not everybody can use that, and not everybody has time. Some people don't want to cut out and glue things. So to me, that's what a journal can be as well. You can have a vision page for every goal that you have, because what it really is, a visual interpretation of your goals, values, and passions is a great addition to your living space, right? It's beautiful. A vision board in particular can be used to motivate you, cultivate gratitude, and express your creativity. So how does it do this? It defines your intentions. What do you want? How do you want to be feeling? What is it that you need? So what you can do, gather your supplies of choice. You could use a poster board or even just a blank sheet of paper. You could just use your journal and write it too. Draw pictures. Cut out, if you have pictures in your book and people have given you stickers. I've got cork boards with stuff stuck all over them because I've never known where to put them. Well, that's what I'm starting to do, is develop a vision book, because I don't want a big board on my wall all the time. So I'm starting to do that. And then create. You can write words, you can cut letters out of magazines, but it's really about figuring out what you want to be, do, and have in your life. And it's going to be different. And it's a reminder. It's your accountability buddy to see how you're moving and what you're doing. So for example, people go, I still don't know what you're talking about. So you want to live with more joy. All right. So you want to cultivate more joy in your life. So what I would say is you'd want to include images and words that make you feel joyful. And it doesn't have to be, could be you on vacation. It could be, and what are the things that make you feel joyful? The words, it could be money. It could be love. It could be your family. It could be travel. Maybe it's security gives you joy. Maybe having your own home will give you joy. You want things, images, words that are going to really push you towards and help represent what joy will look for you. Because it's amazing how many people set goals, but then don't really define what they are. So I'm curious if anybody has had any experience doing any vision boarding. So just give me a yes or a no, or in the chat box or in the Facebook group right now. I'm actually going to be doing a Vision Board 101 webinar as well, but there's not enough Sundays. So I may have to start doing more regularly these webinars. There's so many good things to tell you guys. We're almost there. A couple more slides here, my darlings, and I'm going to set you free for the day. Oh my God, you guys know this is number one to me. Surround yourself with people who push you to be your best self. All right. You want to create self-confidence. You want to create and increase self-confidence in yourself. You need a strong support team. They don't have to be real. You got me here. You know, I'm your biggest super fan. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be, for me, a lot. That's why I listen to podcasts, because those are a lot of my mentors and a lot of my people who make me go, yeah, I am awesome. I do kick ass. I can do whatever I want to do, right? I can figure it all out. I just need to set small, tiny goals. I didn't deserve the shit that I got when I was a kid. I love myself. Like, these aren't real people. Well, they are real people, but I don't know them. But they are part of my Spark team. They are part of who keeps me going. And every time that you tune in to these groups, you are part of my Spark team. All right. Because there's no substitute for having a group of people that make you feel good about yourself. All right. So that's what I really need, is for you just to find that circle. And if you need help, reach out. That's what I tell people every time. Reach out to me. I'm here for you. All right. So this is part of your self-talk, because a lot of people go, well, they've been my friend for 20 years. So you know what? If they've been your friend for 20 years and you've been walking on eggshells with them for 20 years, it's time to say bye-bye. Right? Time to move on, and that's any type of relationship. I'm sorry. I know there's ups and downs in relationships, but if you constantly really think about it and go, yeah, it's okay. It's not okay. If you tell me, you know what, we struggle and we have problems, but it's awesome. I know even in the bad times, they are still my best friend. We still are pushing and working together and it doesn't matter. Then that's okay. Right? You need to make sure that you are in love and that the people that you surround yourself with are in love with you in a healthy, wonderful way and support you. And you've heard me say it before. My people on Facebook, if you're scared to put stuff up because of what people are going to say about you, I get there's controversial stuff, but you're trying to start a business and you're afraid to put your business stuff out there because what will people think? Well, I'm sorry, you got a pretty shitty circle on Facebook and you need to start unfriending people, because I did it. I went and unfriended 100 people yesterday. Why? Because I'd feel bad because I'm like, man, I like their posts all the time. I comment them. They never interact with mine at all. They never look at them. And it's stupid. It's minimum. But I'm like, wait a minute, that's screwing up my business algorithm too with people who don't. I can't see the people that I do care about. So I'm getting rid of people. So if you're interested and you want to be my friend, please friend me. But let's interact. So that's what I'm really trying to do is go out and start connecting. So if I happen to like a post or say, hey, how are you doing? Don't be surprised, because I'm tired of feeling walking on eggshells and knowing if the people that I'm with, that if we're really together or not. So that's what I'm going to say. Go. Oh my God, this is adorable. Stand in your power, right? We've been discussing at a cult of greatness for ourselves and with how we think, reach our goals, and who we surround ourselves with. But there's also one more thing. And the way we present ourselves is not only an indication of our confidence, but also the way to strengthen it. You all know when you look good, you feel good, or it's not how you feel, it's how you look, and you look marvelous. You know what? It helps. When I don't have my hair combed and I show up on videos, I feel insecure. I feel like I don't have as good of a message. Does it change the content of my message? No, but I don't feel as powerful. So I've been really focusing on trying to do what I need to do. That's why exercise becomes so important to me, because I like to be strong. I like to inspire people to get out and do things. And I don't want to have to go spend. I'm cheap. I hate spending money. Well, I've got perfectly good clothes that if I can just get control, they're beautiful. And that's what instead of just buying bigger clothes, which is what I've been doing, I'm like, no, Zan, you're taking a stand and you're going to start walking because it's good for you, not because you need to get skinny, because I feel pretty good with these extra few pounds, actually. I just want to get strong. So that's where I started lifting some more weights again. I'm not worried about losing weight. But it's about, and the other thing is about your body language. What are you putting out there, right? Are you sitting hunched over? That's why I'm really focused on sitting up nice and tall, because I know that it just looks better and I feel better when I sit up. My lower back doesn't get all tightened up and feel crummy. So I want you to think about it. And if you're not sure, Google body language. Powerful body language. And there'll be some great examples like these two little kids. Look at them. They look like they can take over the world. Why? Heads up, eyes are open, smile, inquiry, trusting, holding each other's hand, right? So be strong and know that you deserve it. And if you're feeling crummy, take a look. Did you comb your hair this morning? Did you wash your face? Even when I don't have time to shower, I've started keeping hairspray and a brush in my office with a little bit of under eye concealer. Why? Because I don't want to put off doing my videos anymore. I want it because I've got so many things to share with you guys. I'm not hurting me. I'm hurting you guys. Laugh out loud. But I am. If I'm getting all insecure and getting in my own way, I'm hurting the people that I can work with, help, influence. And the fact is, I need you every day. So giddy up. Because this is the most important. Oh my gosh, this is our last major slide. Just, 5 more minutes here. Don't forget to love yourself, people. All right. You are beautiful. You are full. You are whole. You are perfect just the way you are. Right. This is by far the most important part of the process, man. And I need you to start saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. Even if you go, oh, I don't. Even if that's your, I want you to practice saying it 100 times a day. Kind of like exercise. Why? Because you're not going to see the results. Just like exercise, the first 3 days you do it, or the first 10 days, it may take you a month to see results from exercise. It's the same with changing your mindset. So I want you to start, I love you. You're a good person. You try your best. All those mantras, I need you. I'm challenging you to a challenge for the next, God, 100 days scares me, so I won't do that to you guys. I want you, it's a 10-day challenge. I want you to write down 3 mantras for yourself, or 2 or 1. I don't care. People like numbers. But I want you to write down a mantra or mantras that you are going to say to yourself every single day for the next 10 days. And then I want to know how you feel. Okay. And again, it doesn't have to be bullshit ones where you're like, I'm perfect. No, because that isn't it. It can be just, I am learning and sharing. Go back and look at some of those. And I know that Asha's going to drop some of those things for us. And don't forget, I'll send you the PowerPoint slides so you can just copy and paste them. But how are some ways that I advocate for you to share self-love for yourself? So, and gong bath is a way wicked idea, Lindsay. I love that. If you can do that. And if you don't know what we're talking about, Google gong bath and you guys' mind will be like, wow, it may be for you, maybe not. It's another experience, right? That's what I want you to be, as a collector of experiences. I don't ever want you to go, oh, that was a waste of time. Nothing is a waste of time. Not one single experience, not one failure, not one success, not one person you've met and that you're not has been a waste of time, because you've grown, as long as you've grown from it. Go take a long, nice long bath. Go for a walk outside. And I'm connected to an amazing soap babe, and she creates the most amazing bath and body products. So if taking a bath is something you want to do and turn it into a spa, please let me know. I'll connect you. I'll drop her in. She's one of my partners in all of this. Amy. Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't be advertising, but you know, it's even nicer when you take a bath and you've got the goodies to go in it. So that's okay. I'll be dropping that link later. Go for a walk outside. Cuddle up in bed late one morning, right? Sleep in without guilt and without, oh, I slept in. What a waste of time. I wasn't feeling good this morning. I stayed in bed till 10:30. And some of you who have children are like, lucky, must be lucky, or insomnia. I wasn't sleeping. I was laying there. I just thought, I can jump up and start doing stuff. I'm not feeling 100% today. I'm going to lay in bed. And I didn't feel guilty at all. Make plans with an old friend. Call somebody. Reach out. Video chat somebody. That surprise the crap out of them. I'm going to call a friend from grade 9 today. And we love each other. And I'm terrible at keeping, because I know so many people. And I love so many people that it's hard. So today I'm going to surprise her. That's my commitment to you. Unplug for the weekend. Visit your favorite coffee shop. Plan an adventure. These are only a fraction of the things that you can do, but I want you to drop. How do you show love for yourself? Okay. So, and why you're telling us is not for yourself. That's because it helps to share it with other people. Do you spend time with your loved ones? Do you juggle? Do you dance? Do you sing? Do you do live videos like me? Like, business lights me up, people. I wasn't feeling good this morning, and you can hear the tone in my voice. I'm an unfulfilled actor. And people will go, well, what does this have to do? This is my being on stage, even though you can't see me. I'm a voice actor right now, people. But it doesn't matter, because it lights me up, and it's what makes me happy. So this is how I show love for myself. A lot of people think I'm a workaholic. I'm like, are you kidding me? I love it. It's when I don't work and I don't have my goals and I don't do this that I start to feel sad, lonely, guilty, shameful. Oh God, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? And that's when I start feeling bad, is when I'm not moving. And it doesn't have to be forward. Side to side is good too, right? That side to side shuffle works for me. Even going backwards. Now I realize that I have a crappy. If this didn't work, it's okay. I'm curious to go back and look at this plate in the group, because again, I wish I had my phone, but maybe I'm glad I don't, because it could be blowing up with, no, Zan, we just constantly see you flicking around. And so I'm trying to look into the screen, even though my Zoom people can't see me. But it doesn't matter. I'm doing it because I love doing this, and I love connecting with people. So what are you doing, people? Oh my God, we're almost done, my beautiful humans. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Like I said, you help me love myself more every time that you show up on these, whether you're watching the live or the recording. So again, please let me know if you're watching this live, #live in the group. It'll also be I'll drop the link. It'll be on YouTube, but I've been doing it, recording it in Zoom, putting it on YouTube, and then sharing the link to our group, Lifestyle Hacks with Zan. So we'll see how that goes. But I love sharing this topic, man. And I'm telling you, I don't know how to say it, because I work with so many people with depression and anxiety, and this is where we start. This is what it's about. And sometimes it's about just saying the words, even when you don't believe it, because it's a habit. Right? That's what we said. Self-love is a habit too. Love, sub-love you, sub-love. I love you. But it's a habit too, right? It's what we've created, this pattern, this way of thinking, and we need to undo that pattern. And I want you to thank yourself for investing your time in this and really focusing. I want you to make Sundays your planning day for how am I going to make sure that I have self-care during the week, which is equivalent to self-love. How am I going to grow? How am I going to change? How am I going to bring my confidence up? Right? All of the strategies that we've tried here. So that's what I want to know too, is what is it? Message me, drop it in the Lifestyle Hacks with Zan group. What are you doing this week? What is your plan to bring yourself closer to self-confidence and self-love? All right. And how do you get a hold of me? Let's connect soon. You can go to my website, www.zanderross.ca. There are free resources. There's like an 18 ways to change your life. There is confidence tools. So there is a bunch of stuff. You can also sign up for my newsletter so that you get notifications about when the future activities are happening in the group. You can email me if you'd like to chat to see what magic we can create in your life or for your team. If you are part of an organization or business, email Zandra@zandraross.ca. My Facebook business page, Zandra Ross Coaching and Consulting, free Facebook group, which is This Is My Heart. I think I'm going to be changing the name, something about intentional life, but we'll see. Lifestyle Hacks with Zan is that group that you can go to get mucho gratis regalos. Is that a watch? Sorry, I've been practicing my Spanish. Lots of free good stuff. Bueno, gratis, or is that French gratis? I sometimes get them mixed up. Whatever. All experiences. So, my darlings, I'm going to come back here into myself and I want to have a little look because I always like showing my face at the end. And like I said, you guys are amazing. I love you. Hey, beautifuls. Mwah. And I want to thank you for being part of this. I hope that it's still recording. I don't know if I'm still sharing to the other one. I'm looking at you guys. Awesome. Hey, Amy, baby. Yes. Just add water. Like I said, I love helping other people, and Amy's one of my peeps. Love you, baby. So we'll drop a link for her if you want to start that bath self-care. Yes, it's magic. Thank you, Molly. Got to get started on the book again. I love this. Thank you, Ashley. Put the 100 things you want to be, do, and have. Oh, you guys, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you get back to your week. My intentional life challengers, wow, we are on day 7. Get the homework done. I encourage you, don't be afraid. And if you're going, what homework are they talking about? The previous webinars, we did a 5-day challenge in the Lifestyle Hacks with group, and it was about growing your, Amy, just even drop your link in there if you want to. Drop it in the notes for your page or your site or whatever you want. But it's really about creating your intentional life and setting your mind to what you want most. So if you want, it's going to be up in the group. I think I said until Tuesday at midnight or Wednesday. Either way, it'll be up there pretty close till Tuesday. So I would get in there and check it out. And so get into this group. As well, Amy, can you drop the link to, or Ashley, sorry, I've got both of you in here right now. So I'm trying to, I know Ashley's typing like a mad fool too. So if you can put the link in to the group, the Lifestyle Hacks with Zan group, just in case anybody in this group isn't there. Yeah, so you can get into the challenge. Go check it out. It's up until Tuesday. And like I said, if you are going to start late, gave out some amazing prizes already. I am keeping an eye on who's doing, I've decided I want to reward people that are creating their intentional life. So if you haven't done the homework yet, go get it done, because I'm going to be giving out some late homework prizes as well. So they won't be as spectacular as for those who finished on time, but hey, I want to reward you, and I want to tell you, never give up. Never stop pushing forward for what you want, because you never know. The person who won, like I said, she kept saying, oh, I don't have time. I can't get this done. Well, what I said is you can go do it. And she's the only one that said, okay, I'm going to push through it, and got it all done. And she kept saying, Zan, it's not good enough. I go, it's perfect, just the way it is. So I love you guys. Man, my light is terrible. I don't know if it's as grainy as it is for me, but it looks pretty grainy right now. But it may be because I'm streaming live to StreamYard. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. I'm just gonna check chat one last time. Beautiful. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ashley, my assistant. Thank you, everybody that showed up live. I'm just checking in here because I want to send y'all some love. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Lindsay, Molly. I thank all of you that are in the group now. I can't wait to go check. And Amy, I don't know if you probably don't have to, because I'm sure Amy's just on her phone. I'm dying to know if we went live in the Hacks group. So if not, don't worry about it, guys. If you're just seeing me the whole time, I am going to be dropping the link to once I upload it to the YouTube page. So live your intentional life, people. Be kick-assy this week, and let me know what you're working on. Love you guys. And there.